Hey guys, I'm going to try quickly show you some new Sub-Zero stuff that I've come up with. I know I haven't made a video in a while, but the last videos I made were to do with Sub-Zero's patching to convince NRS, but they weren't easily convinced. And I've decided to work with what he's got, because what he's got is what he's got, and there's going to be no new patches. Now, I've come up with this idea when I found out that the patch wasn't going to affect Sub-Zero in the patch notes. So I decided, okay, let's try develop two parts of his game that are rubbish and turn them into the strongest parts of his game. So I worked out the bombs to be to turn them into a strong part of my game. Actually, one of the stronger parts of my game now, where they used to be one of the worst, and should be the worst of any Sub-Zero player's game. And the X-ray, which is ultimately bad. So let me, first off, how about I tell you what I'm doing? How about that first? I'm actually trying to show you guys a bomb setup X-ray trap called the glue trap. I'm just calling it the glue trap because nobody's ever come up with this before. You're not going to find it on YouTube. Nobody's ever done it. I'm the first person to come up with it. So I'm calling it the glue trap, and hopefully it catches on. Used for glue trap. It's kind of goofy, but whatever. Got to call it something. So the first two things of the problem here is Sub-Zero has never been feared with X-ray. There's nothing to fear with Sub-Zero's X-ray. Absolutely nothing. In fact, he needs the meter to take risks. Random dive kicks and slides. Bluff parries and whatever. Problem is, X-ray, horrible whiff, only activated in the air, can only be done mid-screen off a jump-in punch, doing this string into it, and it only gets you 48% anyway. It's not really worth it. You can get 43 with, you know, all that stuff. You can get 43 anyway, and 45 with 1 bar meter, 19% per enhanced dive kick. It's not worth using. Now, you can, I forgot, you can also only really upload it off this string. You're not going to do it after that string on a blocked opponent, because they're not going to poke you afterwards, because it's already unsafe. So you're not going to counter a poke. They're not going to do it. They're just going to punish you full combo anyway. If the opponent isn't blocking, it's going to splat. It's not a very good useful. Well, I'll tell you what it does. What it does have is this massive kickback, and that is the important part. So remember that for later. Why that's important. Just remember that little kickback when Noob Saibot gets knocked back. Just remember that. So I first came up with this against a Noob Saibot player a while ago online. Noob Saibot in this corner was scared enough. He was on guard because he had to block the slide, in which he couldn't tech roll. Couldn't throw projectile, in which I would be dive kicking over him, and I'm in. Dive kick in general is pretty safe for him about there as well. Not really much he can do. Doesn't want to throw random up knees, he get frozen. Doesn't want to teleport because it's full combo thrown back in the corner anyway. So, in this scenario it worked perfectly, so I'm going to show you it the first time I ever made it work, and I thought I'm onto something. I'll show you what happened. It was in this exact level against a Noob Saibot player. First thing you got to know, this is what it hinges on. The opponent has to be able to block, or else the bomb won't freeze. So if you throw this out when the opponent isn't able to block or in vulnerable frames, it's not going to work. That's all it hinges on. It will work. Trust me, it will work as soon as the opponent can block and you throw the bomb out. Select the right time to do it. Don't be careless with this. You get one shot at it per round roughly, maybe not even at that, and when you get it, you don't want to spurn it. As long as the opponent can block and the bomb hits the ground, as long as you have that little ding on the ground from the bomb, this will work. Now, what happens when this happens is, the opponent has three options here. A teleporting opponent can jump away and teleport, but that's highly risky because it's full combo punishable, a teleport. They can run that risk all they want. That's totally fine. The burden's on them. So the only thing they're going to do is take one dash at a bomb distance, which should leave it around about there somewhere. The bomb should be that distance away from them, roughly, the same sort of distance you're seeing now, out of the bomb distance, when they do one dash. Or they're going to jump. This will nullify both them options. If they dash forward, X-ray will kick them back into the bomb. If they decide to jump, X-ray will take them out of the air. Either way, they can't escape that. Once the bomb hits them, once they're able to block and the bomb hits the ground, they're unable to get out of this. Now, the mathematical part about this, which is pretty brilliant, is the bomb hits up 4 slide is 34%. With X-ray is 2%, which makes 36% in total. And Sub-Zero's X-ray on his own is 36%. So either way, you're getting 36%. You're getting full value. It's not like you're compromising a full X-ray at 36% for 24%. Otherwise I wouldn't do it, but it seems too good to be true. And in fact it is true, and it is too good. Anyway, so let me show you it now full screen. Because the first thing people are going to say is, you can get out of this, you can get out of it. Yes, you can. There are ways you can get out of everything in this game. The opponent can, when I do this, maybe jump and teleport away, but that's totally up to them. If they happen to do that and do it and get away with it, then fine. But because non-teleporting opponents and smart opponents, they won't randomly teleport. They just won't. It's such a risk for them to do it. What they will do is they will take one dash. I'll show you mid-screen. They will take one dash at a bomb distance, which, if I threw the bomb and they dashed, they would be roughly there. So let's show you from here. If they decide to dash forward on the bomb, X-ray will kick them back into the bomb anyway. If they decide to jump, X-ray will take them out of the air. Either way. Now, let me tell you one way you can get out of it. We've all seen this before, and we all know the way to get out of that. You're probably saying it now. Walk backwards. Yes, because when you walk backwards, the pan changes a little bit, the screen pans a little bit, and you've got this gap back here for the opponent to just walk back, because if he walks back and I walk forward, then the bomb's here somewhere. It's no longer a threat to him. That doesn't work here. Now, why this doesn't work is because if the opponent decides to walk backwards, he's going to be walking on the bomb. And if he's walking backwards and I activate the X-ray, he's still going to hit the X-ray, he's still going to hit the bomb. And if he decides to jump forward or backwards or up, the X-ray will take him out of the air. And it will only get out of it if he decides to step back and I jump forward, but you're not going to do that. What you're going to do is jump backwards. Because if you jump backwards, the only thing can happen is he'll either jump, X-ray will take him, he'll be walking backwards, sitting on the bomb anyway, he'll walk forward, hit the bomb, hit the dive kick and hit the bomb. He can't really get out of this in that regard. He'll have to run the risk of teleporting or something utterly ridiculous. He'll try an armoured move in which X-ray beats armoured moves anyway. Well, apparently according to Mortal Kombat, that's what it does. It's inescapable. All you've got to do is make sure they can block, hear the ding on the ground, and you've got this, as long as you jump back. I've done this 11 times, and 11 times it's worked. I've been hesitant in the past to show my sort of stuff that I had, and people have come out with it, and I've been kind of annoyed that people have come out with stuff and I didn't come up with it first, or I didn't bring it out first when I had it a long time ago. Now, the reason I want people to know this is because if I keep this all to myself, then this is a sort of blissfully ignorant thing. The opponent won't know about it, won't have anything to fear, but the more they have to fear, then the better, the more power there is to you. So, and the more the opponent has to risk as well. And if they want to throw out a random teleport when they see this, great, then that's full fucking combo punishable all day. And that's great, that's great. I mean, this works. I want all you Cyber Sub-Zero players not to take my word for it, but to go out and try it yourself and see the success that you're going to have with it. Because every time I do it, it works. It works. And if the opponent wants to take a risk and jump away, that's fine. The burden's on them, ball's in their court, whatever you want to say. They have to make the move, and I'm okay with that. Now, the good thing about it is, ideally this works full screen, which is exactly where anybody who plays Cyber Sub-Zero knows that's not where you want to be with Cyber Sub-Zero, and that's where the opponent wants you to be, because you're not near them for 50-50s, you're not near them for anything. That's where you want them to be. Now, when you have X-Ray, the opponent has a reason to not have you there, which is great. That's the first time any player can now say that Cyber Sub-Zero is now a threat from here, because he's never been a threat from there, ever. He's never been a threat from there. Also, he's never had anything to threat when he's had full meter. Now full screen with meter, this is where you want to be, because the opponent ultimately has something to fear now, and rightfully so, they should. If you want to try testing, if you want to try walking backwards and jumping, you're more than welcome to do it. If you want to try dash forward into the bomb, then that's fine. If you're going to kick back into it. Anyway, so guys, that's the glue. I'm calling it the glue trap. Bomb trap, X-ray trap, it's both rolled into one. The glue trap, hope it works for you guys, and I really hope it sticks, because I'm really proud of it, and it's new tech. So guys, try it out, and I hope you have as much success with it as I do. Peace.